Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the We Don't Want a Podcast. This is a show where two certified dipshits make uncertified takes about your favorite series. We are your hosts. I am Zach, and joining me, as always, he swears this never happens. It must be the wine. It's Scotty Westside.
It's gotta be the wine. I don't normally drink so much. I swear. Where's my blue chew? I need somebody get me some blue chew.
Dude, somebody get Redley some blue
somebody
chew.
Somebody give my boy Renly some blue chew.
Dude.
Yeah, definitely.
If by blue chew you mean Loris Tyrell, then hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, definitely. Bring Loris back in here. Zachy boy, how you doing today? We're joined by whatever it is on your TV back there.
Amanda's watching some shit back there.
Oh, sick. That's gonna be.
Yeah, she's watching TV through her Bluetooth headphones, and so look, we're not gonna get DMCA'd from that.
Okay,
right?
I have no idea. Listen, I think none of this. I keep thinking we probably should do less visual gags than we've been doing, because I'm pretty sure like 99% of our audience is still listening and not watching. So this isn't even gonna play for them. So, whatever at all.
Man, yeah. If I'm being honest, it's probably some like weird psycho murder shit. Like
she loves that shit, huh?
She loves that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I feel like all women do.
That, I mean, you can't. This is 2022, man. You can't make generalizations like that. But
did I just get canceled?
Yeah,
dude, they love that shit though.
Yeah, they do kind of. They do be loving that shit.
They do be loving that murder, true crime,
that
bullshit.
Weird ass shit, dude.
Yeah. That scares me sometimes when I think about it.
It's all the years of oppression that makes that.
That's fair. That's fair. I get that angle for sure.
Oh my god. I'm doing good, man. Admittedly a little bit sleepy, a little bit tired.
Yeah, that was like the lowest energy like intro. That should have been our intro for like Ned Stark dying. Like,
for Ned Stark dying. Well, hey man, we have a sad death this week too, so
we do. It's true.
Yeah, so look, it works.
Yeah.
I am doing good though. It's just been a little bit of a long week at work. Truth be told, it's actually not really an overly long week. It's just that I have had a lot of PTO earlier in this month. That this is just a normal week, and I'm just like,
you're like, I can't
fucking
take it.
Done. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. You're just like, what is this? A full week of work? That doesn't seem
shit,
right.
Dude.
Peasant shit. Indeed. Peasant shit indeed. Who works a full week? That's some shenanigans.
The weather's been nice, though. Our pool just opened back up here at the apartment. Amanda and I are probably going to go take a late night swim after this. So it's
how late is your apartment
man.
pool open? Mine closes at like 10.
I don't know. Does it really matter?
That's true. There are people out there in ours at all hours of the night. Nobody seems to give a shit.
Other than that, I've had this weird. You know things about things sometimes. Maybe you can help me out here.
I know things about things sometimes.
Yes.
Can confirm that I know some things about some things sometimes. Yeah.
Dude, I've recently hurt my hip flexor.
Okay, yeah.
Like
I know exactly what this is, but continue.
You know, like the air, like where my pubes grow, like that area, but to the sides, like to the sides.
The
you know
thigh
what I mean? Like,
joint.
Yeah, like where the leg meets like the groin area.
Boy, is this like you've heard it? Is in like
I don't know.
You cut
it's
yourself,
just like when I
like
lift my leg. No. Like it's like I think it's like my hip flexor. Is that a thing? That's a thing, right?
Sure. Here's what
when I go like this, like
yeah.
when I go like that, it just
when you lift your leg.
It's hurting.
Do you often lift your leg like that?
No.
When you take a piss?
Walking.
Do you pee like a dog?
Like when I'm like
you gotta lift one leg to pee.
When I'm like sitting down or laying down and I try and lift my leg up, my right leg specifically, it hurts the fuck out of like that area.
Okay. I do think I know what this is.
I keep trying to like stretch it and stuff like that, and I can't.
You're becoming an old ass man. like
Yeah,
me.
I need your. Here's what I need. I
Yeah.
need your help. I need you to come over here and stretch me out.
I'll stretch you out, but not in the way you're wanting. No, you're just becoming old. That's you wake up one day, you're in your 30s, and you're like, oh, my body is just deteriorating and falling apart.
I do turn 30 in July, so
Hell yeah, brother. That's right. You are turning 30
fucking
this
not
year.
tight, dude.
Hell yeah, join me, me, you son of a bitch.
This is not good.
Yeah.
How are you doing, man? How are you?
I am good. It's my day off, so I'm chilling. Just got out of a shower a little bit ago.
Just got out of a shower.
Yeah, just had a nice shower. You know,
nice.
just
all right.
refreshing,
What a
nice
guy.
little shower. What a guy.
You're clean.
Clean.
You're not a stinky boy.
Sometimes. Other than that, it's been pretty chill. I've just been hanging out, you know, enjoying.
Your Rockies doing all right?
No, thank you for asking. Though they just got 4 games swept, you asshole. In Philadelphia.
I actually knew that before I asked. I was being a dick.
I absolutely knew you were being a dick. That's never in question.
Right.
If there's an option between is Zach being a dick or is he have good intentions, the answer is always he's being a dick.
He's
always.
being a dick.
Always.
You are what you eat. That's what they say.
True. True. Loris and Renly know all about that.
Dude. Oh man. Well, we're back.
Yeah.
We're talking some Game of Thrones.
It's another week of Thrones. A nice little, I'd call this a solid mid-season. I guess it's kind of still early season, but
yeah, I mean it's definitely much better than last episode.
It's just a solid, nothing like, well, I guess there's one really good scene in it, but
there's one very good scene in it.
But other than that, it's just kind of a solid mid-season Thrones episode.
Yeah.
It's just kind of good. And we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, we are. But before we talk about it, I'm going to turn this thing on its head real quick and do this thing at the beginning of the episode.
Wait, you're not going to save me time for when I'm...
Well, I'll do it again then, or I'll find something else to talk about. I'll talk about my leg, groin, pube area or something.
Excellent. Yeah, we love that.
If you guys are not already following us on the Twitter and the Instagram and the Facebook, you can do that at We Don't Want a Pod. Hanging out with you guys, interacting with you guys, feedback, DMs, comments, tweets, whatever the hell. It's cool as hell. We love it. We love getting to have the small community with you guys, with you wannabes. I think that's what we have decided on. Whoa. Witness protection.
You're back
Jesus.
in witness protection.
Yeah, we love that shit. So go follow us. Go hit us up on the Twitter and Instagram. And if you're new to the YouTube channel, or you're not already watching the YouTube channel, go hit that up. Hit the subscribe button. That helps tremendously. Hit the little bell. That whole spiel.
Yeah, everyone's still just listening. They're like, we don't give a shit about the
Yeah, I mean, everybody is still just listening. Look, we understand. People don't like change.
Yeah,
and
change
actually,
is hard and scary.
It's okay. It's okay because there are a lot of you that I know who listen to us on your drive to work or maybe while you're working.
That's
if it's a job that you can do that.
Listen to podcasts.
So, look, I get it. It's no problem. Even just subscribing to the YouTube channel does actually help.
It's a good point.
So really does, it does help quite a bit. So just consider doing that. We would appreciate the absolute shit out of that. And, yeah. Let's talk some.
That was a good. That was like that felt like sincere and from the heart, Zachy boy. Well done, sir.
It does.
Well done. But yes, Game of Thrones, episode 13. What is dead may never die. Why don't you hit us with that recap?
What is dead may never die.
May never die. We shall see. We shall see.
So we begin where we left off. Is that how that works?
That is where that. Yeah. In this case, it turns out it is.
North of the Wall, where Craster drags in a bloodied Jon and demands all the Night's Watchmen leave. Jon tells Mormont what he saw about Craster giving the boys to the White Walkers, but he already knew. Sam says goodbye to Gilly and gives her a thimble of his mother's to hold on to till he returns.
Aww,
what a guy.
What a guy.
Bran is having more wolf dreams and tells Maester Luwin about them. Luwin is skeptical and says that those kind of powers might once have existed, but magic and dragons are gone now.
Are they, Luwin?
Are they? In the Stormlands, King Renly and Queen Marjorie. Heyo, Queen Marjorie, by the way.
Marjorie, welcome to our lives.
They're enjoying a tourney where Brienne of Tarth, also a new character alert, beats Sir Loras Tyrell, the Knight of Flowers. She gets asked to be named to his Kingsguard for her reward, and he agrees. Cat arrives to negotiate, and Renly announces that he will kill Joff for what he did to Ned.
What a guy.
What a guy.
What a guy.
Stand up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sir Loras wants to know what Robb is up to and why he didn't come meet him himself, and Cat implies that they are just playing at war, while Robb is actually fighting in one. Renly says he has 100,000 men and that their war is just beginning. Cat is not the best negotiator, as she continues to insult Renly and his men. Though valid.
Yes.
Maybe not tact.
She's just very
but
snarky
valid.
about it. Valid,
Yes.
but like you're here to forge an alliance with them, maybe just cool it a little.
Right. Maybe do what Loras does, suck some dick a little bit,
Exactly, all of the above.
On the Iron Islands, Balon Greyjoy, the man himself, the kindest person who's ever lived,
So kind.
reveals his plans to take the north while Robb is fighting in the south. He says the north will be unoccupied and unattended. Theon is upset because Balon gives Yara 30 ships and a castle to attack, while he gets 1 to attack fishermen. His ship being called the Sea Bitch.
Sea Bitch.
Fucking love it. Theon still protests that they should ally with the Starks, and Balon says his time with them has made Theon weak. Balon slaps the absolute shit out of him when he tries to point out that he was forced to go with them because Balon's failed rebellion, and that he is actually weak. And Yara tells Theon that he needs to choose which family he's going to be loyal to. In King's Landing, Shae is pissed because Tyrion is trying to keep her safe. Tyrion has Shae pose as Sansa's new handmaiden. She's very good at the job.
So good.
Cersei, Sansa, Tommen, and Myrcella have an incredibly awkward supper. Cersei is cold-blooded as hell, as always.
Yes. Tyrion tells Grand Maester Pycelle that he's planning to wed Princess Myrcella to the Prince of Dorne to forge an alliance. But it was a ruse!
It was a ruse!
He tells Littlefinger and Varys each a different marriage proposal for Myrcella, and is adamant in telling them that the queen mustn't know. Back in the Stormlands, Renly and Loras are getting just a little frisky. But Loras is like, hey, you actually need to bang my sister first to make this alliance legit, so you better get on that. Renly gets real drunk to try and do the deed, and Marjorie is just looking crazy hot. But Renly, he's just not into it. He sticks to his guns. Marjorie very generously offers to have her brother come in to, quote, get him started. She also offers to pretend to be her brother, which is also some weird kinky stuff. She is very straightforward.
I'm pretty sure that video exists somewhere.
Definitely. She is very straightforward and says that they shouldn't play games, but she's gonna need a baby by him to make the alliance legit.
Yes.
Cersei finds out and is furious that Tyrion plans to send Myrcella to Dorne. Tyrion argues that she'll be safest in Dorne. Basically, that if the city falls, Myrcella's gonna die. Cersei shoves, threatens him, and screams for him to get out. Littlefinger, also furious at Tyrion about his ruse, but Tyrion managed to talk him into going to Cat to talk her into trading Jaime for her girls. A lot of talking people into things. Tyrion threatens to cut off Pycelle's manhood and feed it to the goats for his treachery, but sends him to the dungeons.
But we haven't got any goats.
No goats, half-man. Sends him to the dungeons instead. Varys and Tyrion have a chat, and Varys poses a riddle. Theon has a letter ready to warn Robb, but after just a little inner turmoil, he burns it and partakes in a ceremony renewing his allegiance to the drowned god and the Iron Islands. Balon and Yara look so happy about it. They're just ecstatic. They're thrilled. They're so happy that their family member is doing this.
Touched, really.
Really touched, yes. Somewhere on the King's Road, the group of Night's Watch recruits are bedded down for the night, and Yoren tells Arya she should get some sleep. She says she can't sleep since her father died and asks him how he can. He tells her the story of the boy he killed, Willem, as if that would help somehow. They are then attacked by Lannister men helping the Gold Cloaks, and Yorn tells Arya and Gendry to stay out of sight and run. The cage that Jack and Hagar is in catches on fire, and Arya gives them an axe so they can get out. Yoren goes down like a total badass, and the rest of them get captured. The Lannisters ask which one of them is Gendry, and Arya points to our fucking dude, Lamy, who's dead.
Is he our dude?
You know, him and Hot Pie, they're...
Hot Pie, really.
Hot Pie's it, yeah. Lamy sucks. Who
are we kidding?
Who am I kidding? Lamy sucks.
What even is a Lamy, Scott?
What the fuck's a Lamy? That's way ahead of ourselves. Lamy is dead. He had stolen the bull's head helmet, so they're like, oh, your story checks out, apparently.
Right.
And that...
Real convenient.
Real convenient. Very, very convenient.
How will we know him? He carries a bullhead helmet.
Yes. Oh, okay. Look, he had the helmet.
Yeah.
He looks totally like Robert. And that is the end.
And has black hair.
Yes. That is the end of the episode. Like we kind of talked about.
Just a like you said.
Episode, yeah.
Yeah.
There is the one incredible scene, which I think we should probably save for last. It's near the end of the episode, so. Sure,
yeah. There's a couple things, you know. One of the notes I have here is just, it's so, of all the things that this show does that can make somebody feel uncomfortable, one of the things that really gets me, and I don't know why, like, I saw this and I was like, that's just not cool, man. was seeing Cersei push Peter Dinklage, like a scene, like, because he's a little person, you know.
That's what you're talking about.
And it's just like, that's so mean. Like, he's such a small human being. That's not nice.
That's such a weird thing to be fixated on.
Man, it just looks like, dang, dude, that's like scummy, dude.
Yeah, we all know Cersei is just like a model citizen too. It's weird that she would be scummy like that.
It's just fucked up, man.
That is a very odd thing to focus on. I love how she's just like so cold-blooded towards poor Sansa. Like, one of my main notes I just had was just poor Sansa. She is just not having a good time in this episode.
Yep.
That's going to continue for a while. She has to educate this new handmaiden, and she's just fed up with it.
Yeah, I actually took a note of that. I think a bit more serious of a note. But that scene specifically, although I don't think that's like the scene, right, of this episode. On rewatch this time, man, I was like, I had to make note. I have never taken into account how just like fucked up and tragic that dinner scene is.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just like so uncomfortable and sad
because
for Sansa.
Sansa knows what a monster Joffrey is. Yeah. And these poor kind of like young, ignorant, naive,
innocent.
Yeah, Princess Myrcella and Tommen are just like talking about it, mainly Myrcella. And Sansa just has to kind of smile and reply in the sweetest way. And it's just like, it sucks for her.
It's like it's a much heavier scene than I think I had ever given it credit for. And on rewatch, I was like, damn, dude.
And Cersei's just like, you know, having herself her cup of wine and just like being the queen.
She does take notice. Like, obviously she is like,
right. But I mean,
she is.
At the end, she's just like, Sansa will do her duty, won't you, little dove? And she like stares at her like, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, say you won't do it. I dare you.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know. You are probably right. There was a part of it that when I was watching, I felt like
she almost had sympathy for her.
Where she knows that Sansa's bought in, and like she's trying to play as well as she can.
I mean, absolutely.
And so she's like not really saying that as a challenge, but saying that as an acknowledgement.
Right.
Like that's what Sansa's gonna do because she's playing the game right now, or she's trying to play the game. You know.
I definitely agree. The big highlight, I think, of the King's Landing stuff, since we're talking about that, is Tyrion.
He's our boy Tyrion.
Yeah, Tyrion continuing with his
He's on a tear right now.
His masterful politicking. Like, this isn't like the most groundbreaking scheme he has here. Like, I've seen similar stuff or, read similar stuff and other things, but like, just like, I really did appreciate upon this rewatch, like, I loved the way they kind of edited it together, like in the episode.
Dude. The three conversations? I have a note on that too.
Where they kind of like made them flow one into the other, where he like went to go get wine or something, and then he came back and it was a different person. And I was like, that's just very cleverly done, and it, I love how he just kept going like the queen mustn't know, and it was just very, very good scene. Tyrion.
One more thing.
Yeah. Queen mustn't know. Tyrion knows
the queen mustn't know
that the last couple hands, your boy Littlefinger.
He has too much dialogue in this episode.
Mustn't know.
The queen.
Tyrion knows that the council has kind of fucked over the last couple hands, and he says this himself, and he's like, I am not Ned Stark. I am not going to go down like that. Nah, brah, that ain't me. So let me find out who is the most unloyal to me for sure. And it turns out it's Pycelle, the dumb bastard. And Tyrion goes in and just fucking plays with him for a bit, which is also a great scene. I love Peter Dinklage's line where he tells, I'll cut off his manhood and feed it to the goats. And his like tribesman looks around and is just like, there are no goats, half man. And Peter Dinklage delivers the line, well, make do. And he just looks like so like perturbed by this like hurdle.
Dude,
he's like, just get it done.
Don't bring me this problem.
Don't give me this shit. Just figure it out. Yeah. It's very, very good.
Yeah. It is really good. Another thing too is that I can't even count how many times I've seen these episodes. But like this rewatch, it was made clear to me that you probably know this, I'm sure you do, but I have never really acknowledged it, I guess, that Pycelle knew that Jon Arryn was poisoned.
Yes. That's a good point. Yeah.
And just did nothing. Like he like cared for him but let him die.
Yeah, that's delved more deeply into in the books. In fact, he actually, Jon Arryn's maester was like purging him, was like basically like feeding him things to make him like, like throw up basically. Yeah, try and pass the poison, like, and Grand Maester Pycelle sent that maester away, and then basically ensuring his demise.
Man, I need to read the books again. I have only read the first 3, but even now there's just so much that so many fine detail like that I don't even remember. And much like the Harry Potter books, it's so when you've watched the episode so many times, it's so easy to let the memory of the show just kind of overwrite
definitely
the book. But yeah, that's one thing that I just he does play it off incredibly well when Ned is questioning him, and Ned brings up the idea that it could have been poison, and Pycelle is like, poison? I haven't even considered that. Like, who would do that?
He's a Lannister man, and that's what he tries to tell Tyrion. But Tyrion's like, yo, I kind of hate my sister and my father, so you telling me you're a Lannister man doesn't really work,
doesn't really
move the needle for me, my dude. I'm good, thanks.
We do get wait, are we good with King's Landing, or we need to stay in King's Landing?
I think so. Really, the only other thing I can think of is just the Shae stuff. Shae's
stuff,
constantly pissed off at Tyrion, and
this is not. I love Shae on the battlefield, but once Shae gets into the city for this period of time, she's kind of whatever.
She's a little insufferable. Like Tyrion
it's only once she like really starts to kind of get in with Sansa
she gets a lot better again. She gets a lot better.
Yeah.
Like Tyrion is trying everything to keep him safe. Like he knows what a psycho Cersei is, and like if Cersei find out about Shae, she would absolutely do terrible things to her. So he's trying to keep her safe, and Shae just doesn't really get it, but
she doesn't fuck with it, right? So going north, just a quick note I had actually. The thing that always gets me here is that Mormont knows about the baby sacrifices.
Yes, he
That's
does.
a hell of a thing, man. That's something that I feel like isn't really talked about, and that's just like that's some dark shit, man.
It
Because like
is.
there's so much question to what is actually happening in the North,
Right.
and he knows that they're being sacrificed to something.
Well, so that's the thing that I was trying to like kind of parse out in my head is like, in my mind, I feel like Mormont probably knows that he kills his sons and like sacrifices them to his gods. But
Sure.
if he knew to the extent of like what was happening with the babies and the White Walkers and all this, like I think things would have to be different. Because Mormont surely couldn't let all that slide if he knew the full extent of which, if people are watching, I'm trying not to spoil anything, but if people are watching through with this for the first time, there will be more on that later, but
yeah, it'll be expanded up
right
way later, unfortunately, but
is it that much later? I can't remember what season that's in.
I'm pretty sure it's in season 6, dude.
No, there's a scene sooner than that, but I don't remember when it is.
Oh, is it around the time of Hardhome?
No, I want to say it's like season 3 or 4, but I could be way off. But
I'm pretty sure it's farther than that. But either way, yeah.
Well, okay, there's
it's
a couple. I think maybe the one you're talking about is way later, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Mormont just must know that he kills the sons, but not much beyond that.
I mean, even the John says, "I saw it. I saw the thing that took him."
That's
and,
true.
And
he doesn't
Mormont's
seem
like,
that surprised.
I dare say you'll see him again.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's just it could have been a small thing that was done in the show that maybe that should have been more of a surprise to Mormont.
Right.
You know, it could have been a directing thing, but either way, it's still something that's like, dang, dude, that's not tight.
No, it's not cool, and that's why John is like, "What the hell, bro?" But
while we're still in the North, unless you have something else with
that's pretty quick up.
While we're still in the North, the only other note I have is I really do like the very small bit of like world building we get with Lewin, where he's explaining like the links on the Maester's chain. He has a Valyrian steel link, which, as we all know, again, Valyrian steel is a very sought after metal. It's not easy to come by, and it just means that he's studied the quote higher mysteries, and I fucking love that.
And he says he's like only one Maester in 100 like has this link, so
yeah.
Lewin's so cool. I love Lewin, even though he's like
seriously,
even though he's like very wrong, obviously, about Bran is having wolf dreams and does have these powers, and magic does exist, and dragons are back.
Sure.
Like, I can't help but love him because, you know, like he is like the grounded science man, you know, being a Maester, and he has Bran's best interests at heart. You know, he's trying to does. Like soothe.
I mean, really, he has all of the Stark's best interests at heart.
For sure. And I love Lewin, and this scene where he talks about, you know, like you know, studying the higher mysteries and all this thing, it always makes me think of my fucking dude Marwyn the Mage, who is unfortunately not in the show, but is one of my favorite characters from the books. He's cool. But anyway.
We have some new characters in this this episode, which we did. Obviously, we touched on in the recap, but let's talk about them a little bit.
Yeah, so Brienne and Marjorie. Queen Marjorie, she is the daughter of she's Sir Loris's brother, the daughter of Randall Tarley, who we have
Sir Loris's brother.
Sir Loris's sister, sorry. She offers to pretend to be Sir Loris, so you know.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it could go anyway.
Randall Tarley is the lord of Highgarden and the Reach, which is like one of the wealthiest regions in Westeros, has a very large army. So basically, this is,
but a shining army. No damage on their.
No.
They're not an army that fights.
I hear they're the Knights of Summer.
Yeah.
They basically we heard Loras and Renly kind of scheming about this, like laying the plans for exactly this in season 1 when they're having
during the shaving,
the sexy shaving scene and scheming. Renly is wedded to Marjorie to forge this alliance. She becomes queen. He's a king. And yeah, he's got a huge army. He's got the largest army of any of the kings in the realm, basically. Not counting the king beyond the wall, I suppose. But, yeah, and then we meet Brienne of Tarth, too, who is a wannabe knight. She's a lady, but she doesn't like being a lady, and she kind of just wants to be a knight. Beats down Sir Loras, gets into Renly's Kingsguard. Brienne's a cool character. Brienne will be around for a while.
Fuck, man, remind me, what is Brienne's last name? What house is she from?
Brienne Selwyn.
Selwyn.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah. Wait, is that her father's first name?
I think
her name is just Tarth, I think.
No, Tarth is where they live.
No, I know, but I think it's also their name.
I don't know.
Well, now we have to find
No. They where they live is remember Jamie makes the joke
Sapphire
about this.
Isle, Tarth, yeah.
You looking it up?
Yeah, I'm looking it up.
We're here to educate and be educated, apparently.
Lord Selwyn, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it is Tarth. Their name is Tarth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I thought so. Her father.
Yeah, I mean, that's not often that happens.
No, I suppose not. But yeah, her father's name is Lord Selwyn Tarth. I was right.
Okay. I gotcha. Right on. And so are they part of the Reach?
Yes. They are. Tarth is an island off the coast of the Stormlands, which is the seat of House Baratheon. And, yeah. Well, no, sorry. Not part of the Reach. Part of the Stormlands.
So they're pledged to House Baratheon.
They're pledged to House Baratheon, Storm's End.
Understood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, good stuff. I mean, we see that Brienne is no joke. She is a warrior and definitely not a, quote, lady.
No. She's a good fighter. She fucks up
yeah,
Sir
very
Loras.
good fighter. She bests Sir Loras, and humiliates him even more by getting accepted to be Kingsguard to Renly, which is pretty cool thing. You can tell she's really proud of it, and
extremely devoted to Renly, which he says.
Yeah, you know, it is funny, dude, or maybe funny is not the right word. The first time I watched the series, I immediately was like, oh fuck yeah, I fuck with this Brienne chick. Mm-hmm. And then like the next scene, I was like, you're a little vanilla and like fucking boring.
You're a like, flippy floppy man over here, huh?
Yeah, I mean, she just like she came out strong as a badass warrior, and then it's like nobody likes the teacher's pet, you know?
Sure.
Or like the kid on the sport team that's like, yes, coach, like I'll do anything for you, you know.
She's very by the numbers. She like. And that carries over from the book too. Like she is very
worst chapters in the book, except for being able to see Jamie.
No,
later.
yeah, because Jamie happens in those chapters. But yeah, she is very like by the book. Like, no, we're gonna do this right, honor, duty, all those things. She's basically Ned, but a woman. Kind of a little bit, I guess, but. I like her more as the series goes on. I'll agree with you. Like at the start, she's not the best, but I like her more as
so one note, you know. Like,
yeah, she definitely can be. Love Marjorie though. Obviously, our other new character.
Oh yeah,
love
Natalie
Marjorie.
Dormer, bro. Come on, bro.
Yeah, she is gorgeous.
She is something else.
And I love her character also though because
truly,
she's so just like. Straightforward, like no bullshit. Mm-hmm. She's just like, save your games for the court. Like, I'm not here to fuck around. Like, I know you bang my brother on the reg. That's fine. Yeah. I'm cool with that. I just need a baby. Just give me a she's baby crazy, really, if we're being honest. But she's like, give me a baby. This alliance basically can't exist without it. And you're gonna have to figure out a way. I'll get Loras in here if you want. I'll wear a Loras wig.
It doesn't matter. I just need it in.
I just need it in. I just need that baby.
Man,
and I
isn't
appreciate
that something that you would love for Natalie Dormer to tell you?
I would love that. definitely.
Definitely.
But I love that about her, how she's just like no nonsense. And we'll see later as the series goes on that she's a player in the game.
Oh yeah.
She's not.
Oh yeah.
She's not one to just.
She's got
kind
her
of,
wits about her.
Yes, she's not just a bystander. You know, she is a big time player. So
Definitely not. She moves the pieces.
yes.
Instead of being one that gets moved
Right,
by others.
right.
Like she's definitely is in the mix for sure.
As much as neither of them would probably love to admit it, kind of a lot in common with Cersei. They definitely are both that way.
Just more soft spoken and much hotter.
I mean, Lena Headey's a good looking gal, but
definitely, but
probably correct.
But come on.
Yeah, man. Let's talk. I suppose we have to talk about Theon.
Well, do we want to touch on Kat?
Sure.
Or was the recap enough?
I mean, she gets there and she's kind of a dick, and that's kind of it. Yeah, she's right again, but it's also just like you're trying to get them on your side. Like you don't have to constantly insult.
You got to
them.
give them a little circle.
Give them a little, listen, make them feel good about themselves.
Come on, here you go. Just fondle a little bit.
Let's talk the Greyjoys.
Oh, your favorite.
My fucking favorite, Theon. Okay, I do want to say something positive that the show does. It at least makes Theon and his kind of his conflict, his internal struggle a little bit better and more fleshed out. Like, because in the books, he's this kind of internal struggle never really happens. He just kind of goes back. His dad is shitty to him, but he's just immediately kind of like, okay, well, I'm on board, whatever. Let's go attack them. Yeah.
Right.
Fuck yeah. And they do give him more of that kind of internal struggle in the show, which I appreciate. But at the same time, it's still Theon, and I don't really care, because fuck that guy.
One thing that I, and you are, I don't know if you're going to bring back this old annoying thing that you would do to me, but Scott would always tell me that I am a Greyjoy. It irritated irritated me to no end.
Well, do you want to tell them how that originated, Zachary?
Well, isn't it just because I have an octopus tattoo?
He has a kraken tattoo, which is literally the sigil of House Greyjoy.
No, I don't have a kraken.
Also,
it's an octopus.
He's just a sack of shit, like the Greyjoys.
Yeah, see, that's the part where I'm like, no. Fuck you. But if I'm being entirely honest, there's several things that I'm like, I really like how proud they are.
Oh yeah, Balon's proud.
The idea, like you could copy and paste this idea to any house, any sigil, is what I'm saying. The idea of we don't take handouts.
Right.
We take what we want.
We take what we want. Only what we basically earn, whether it's the battle or whatever.
We pay the iron price, right? Or not the gold price.
We do not show.
That's so cool, man. Like, that's fucking hard,
It's cool.
Bro.
Yeah.
But it makes for extremely shitty politics and extremely proud and ignorant fucking people. So it doesn't really work. The most
unfortunate thing about the Greyjoys in the show is that, and this is not really the show's fault, I don't want it to sound like I'm saying that, but they've taken the three least interesting Greyjoys to focus on.
What's the brothers?
Victarion and Euron. We do get Euron later. That's a whole thing.
Bam Margera.
True. I think they're more, and even we see him briefly here, the priest who is also Balon's brother, and I'm forgetting his name right now, like the drowned god priest.
Right.
Even he can be somewhat more interesting than Yara, Balon, and Theon. I just and I don't care about any of them.
Yara's name, is it different in the books? Or am I thinking of Osha? Osha has a different name, right?
Boy, you say that, but now I don't know. Osha's still the same. Robin Robin Aaron is actually Robert in the books.
Okay.
But they changed it to
one
Robin.
of them does have a different name. I can't remember if it's Osha or if it's Yara, but one of them is named differently.
I can't
in the book.
remember now.
Whatever, it doesn't matter.
Anyway, like I said, I appreciate that they at least gave him this moment to like thinking about sending the letter and then eventually burning it, and he goes with his house, even though they're real sexist shit to him, and Rob was nothing but kind to him.
Yeah.
It's just I just don't care about them. Like you said, there are some cool ideas in the Greyjoy's kind of way of doing thing. But yeah,
it's made them bottom feeders, dude. It's shitty.
It truly has. And that's like I appreciate that Theon like did call Balon out. Like he fought back a little bit. Like,
right.
I didn't choose to go to the Starks. You sent me because you suck and your rebellion failed.
Yes. This is, in that scene specifically, there is a lot to appreciate in that scene.
Sure.
Because it is so easy for us to shit on Theon. This isn't an excuse, by the way, because Theon sucks and he makes some terrible decisions and I don't like his character. But this is the right way to show this type of conflict and have a character make these, even though bad, make these decisions. It is displayed really well, I think, in this episode. His like inner turmoil, and the way that he does argue with his dad, and you see a little bit more of what's kind of been built up inside of him come out when he's, saying like, you let them take me, your only son, you know. It is actually a good scene. It's easy to write off because I don't give a shit about Theon, but it is a good scene.
It is a good scene. It's a solid scene. You're absolutely right. But we should get to the best scene, unless there's anything else.
No.
Okay.
I don't think I. Yeah, no, I don't have anything else. Yeah, let's talk about it.
I'm just gonna go ahead and say I'm throwing this in the nominations for best scene.
Now, in your eyes, does it start when they're talking?
Yes. I mean, that's the part that I like the most.
Okay.
It's less so about the battle once they leave. It's the story.
Just making sure.
This is basically the genesis of what we will come to see Arya's list.
The list. Yeah.
That she says to basically help her go to sleep. Yoren, oh shoot, I looked up this actor's name earlier because I wanted to give him mad props. Francis McGee, who plays Yoren.
Our guy.
My fucking guy, Yoren. He tells Arya this story about this boy that killed his brother, Willem, and how he would basically say his name all day, every day, and think about him constantly. Ended up finding him again, killing him. Has kind of shades of the... Oh, you haven't seen Princess Bride. Never mind.
Nope,
the six-figured man.
Are you gonna bring that up on every new series that we do?
I honestly did intend to do that. That was honest.
You fucking
an honest
cunt.
thing. Just watch it, and I won't have to.
It's on something right now that we have.
Yeah,
and I was like,
probably watch it.
I was like, should I watch this right now? Nah.
You're actually the worst. Anyway, basically, it's a really great story. It's delivered incredibly well. Arya and Yoren are two of my favorite characters. It's such a good scene. It's so good. I love it so much.
and like, look, we're shining a lot of light on Yoren, and we have shined a lot of light on Maisie Williams, on Arya. But in this scene, man, she's
always
so much
so good though.
No. Not. I wasn't even gonna say so good. I was just gonna say we see her be so tough and like grit.
True.
And every
she's more vulnerable.
It's some of that stuff that we love. This is so vulnerable.
Yeah.
She is such a child in this scene, and it's so heartbreaking. Like, she does it really well.
She plays it so well.
Oh yeah. It's very heavy.
I love the quick little thing where he offers her the drink, the skin of wine, and she's just like, I don't like the taste, and he just kind of chuckles and comes back with, you don't really drink it for the flavor, to be honest.
Yeah,
I love Yoren so much. Of course, then they go outside. He has another amazing line where the dude's like basically like surrender now, whatever, and Yoren just spits and then just goes, I don't think I will.
I don't think I will.
Oh, he's so badass. He takes the crossbow bolt, says another badass line about like, I always hated crossbows. They take too long to reload, and cuts through a decent number of guys
Cuts
before.
down probably 5 men.
Yeah,
himself.
He obviously gets overwhelmed and gets just super fucked, super dead. But
yeah, dude. Also, let's acknowledge this. The way that he was put down,
so bad. I hate it so much.
Fucked
I hate
up.
It so
it's
much.
Fucking ruthless.
It hurts me. It literally hurts me to watch that.
Yeah, dude. It's yikes.
Oh, as much as I love this whole sequence, it does hurt me. It pains me to watch that. But yeah, Yoren's a badass. Arya saves Jack and Hagar. That will be very important for the upcoming episodes.
It will.
And yeah, so they're taking them to Harrenhal, which is what the dude says. We'll take the rest of them to Harrenhal. So now they're prisoners, but at least they think that Gendry is dead because they're idiots, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, they literally killed like 100 black-haired boys, and yeah, I don't know.
It's whatever. It's fine.
Whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's I mean, those are my notes on the episode. That's it. Did you have anything else, or are we ready to?
I don't really have much else. I think we're about ready. Real quick, I did want to shout out. I forgot to talk about this when we were doing the King's Landing stuff. Varys and Tyrion had a really good, quick little scene.
Sure. Yeah.
And I love.
Oh yeah.
I love how Varys asks Tyrion, "Are you fond of riddles?" And Tyrion just replies with, "Why? Am I about to
hear one?"
And then, like, they have this conversation. They talk about power and all this and where it truly resides. And Tyrion just finally is like, I've decided I don't like riddles. It's a good scene. I meant to bring that up earlier, but it's a good little scene as well. Other than that,
yeah,
I think I'm good. I think we're ready.
I feel like, well, hold on. The last thing actually on that, because I forgot to even make a note of that. This is, I feel, the first of many, which will come to unfold later.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of just like relationship starting to brew between Tyrion and Varys, and
that's a good point.
At this stage, it's kind of the first sign of like, okay,
yeah,
like I see you, like you're. Sign of respect, I feel like.
Yes, Varys definitely gives him the props. He's like, very well, my lord hand, you know, like he's like, it's like game recognizes game, you know?
Oh yeah,
it's
dude.
like,
oh yeah. And at the end of his riddle, like a very small man can still cast a very large shadow. And Tyrion's like, fucking damn right I can.
That's a good call out, because to this point they've kind of been adversarial.
Sizing each other up,
yeah, sizing each other up is a better way of saying it. They're kind of like, you know, Varys is subtly threatening him, and Tyrion is like, nah, don't fuck with me, bro. And now Varys is kind of like, okay, this maybe Tyrion's a little more clever than old dead Ned was. So yeah, he gives him that kind of props, and you're right, this is kind of the first of what will be several very good scenes kind of between these two. So
yeah,
that's a good call out.
I think it's time, Scotty.
Oh, is it time? What is it time for?
I think it's time for Who Be Thrown In.
Oh, yes, it's time for Sir Man. Oh, wait, no, sorry, wrong one. Wrong one.
God damn you.
It's time for Who Be Thrown In.
I can't do the intro. You have to do it, you fucker.
No, sorry, go again. Here. Let's try again.
Okay,
Over time.
It's time for Who Be Thrown In.
Oh, well, that you were low energy again. All right, yes, Who Be Thrown In, our weekly top 5 of who's doing cool shit, who's, you know, moving and shaking. This one might be interesting. I'll let you know where we left off. Tyrion had taken the number 1 spot. Yoren, after his badass scenes, had jumped to number 2. Stannis was 3, Arya was 4, and Melisandre was number 5. Melisandre. This one could be tough. I'm just gonna tell you straight up right now. I am going to be invoking the honorary Sirio Farrell rule, where if you die in this badass of a way, you make the list.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, Yorn's making the list regardless.
I in fact, okay, well, here's my biggest thing is I really want him to be number 1.
I'm kind of with you. I was gonna suggest that, but let's hang tight for a second. Let's see who else.
All right.
Okay.
So Stannis and Melisandre were not in this episode.
Oh, wait, you did read the list, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
It was Tyrion 1, Yorn 2, Stannis 3. We do this every week. I read the list and then you're like, "What? Did you read the list?"
Dude, look, I just don't listen to you when you talk.
Obviously, I'm gathering that. Tyrion 1, Yoren 2, Stannis 3, Arya 4, and Melisandre 5. Stannis and Melisandre were not in this episode, so they have to come off.
Yeah, they're off. They're off the list.
Melisandre, where are you?
Okay, I don't know that Arya makes the list either.
I don't know who does. Tyrion obviously
I think maybe
stays.
Renly.
I was thinking Renly. I can fuck with Renly.
And maybe Marjorie?
I can fuck with Marjorie, but I may have to find Marjorie. You know what I mean?
Hold on. Is there anybody else before you go big?
Littlefinger, no. Varys?
Just because he recognizes Tyrion?
I don't know. Balon?
Oh, you could. Yeah, there is a case to be made for Balon.
For Balon. He's making power moves.
He sucks though, dude.
He does. He super does.
He super sucks.
Daenerys was not in this episode either. I just realized.
Oh, are you sad about that?
I'm so sad. My boy Jaime wasn't either, though. I'm legitimately sad about that.
Okay, I think
no.
I do think there's a legitimate case
for Balon. I agree. We'll pop him on here.
I mean that's some big moves.
So you don't think Arya stays?
I don't know, man. I mean, she's a part of a good scene. She's broken in the scene.
She did save Jaqen.
Oh, and Jaqen.
Yeah, and she said, yeah, that's a good point. She saves Gendry too. I think she stays. Unless, at that point, I think Renly, Tyrion, and Yoren are locks. I think it comes down to 2 of Balon, Arya, and Marjorie. Yeah?
Okay, well, you don't have Marjorie in your list right now, so let's go with Balon and Arya.
Okay. Fair enough. That's totally fair.
And Marjorie is basically with Renly. Like, that's...
True. I mean, we would basically just be recognizing her for her no-nonsense approach to politics and just being hot. Let's be totally honest here.
She is so hot, dude.
She's very, very attractive. I think Yoren, not only for his badassery for trying to protect Arya and Gendry, but also just for that amazing performance, the amazing scene where he gives Arya the idea for her list. I think he goes.
You know what? I'll let you have him at number 1 if you can remember the actor's name.
Francis McGee.
All right, he's number 1.
Boom! You didn't think I could do that.
You could have been like fucking Jonathan Smith, and I would have been like, okay, you got it.
Francis
you still
McGee.
have it up,
There
you piece of shit.
Well, I mean, I had to unlock my phone. I did it without that. Yeah, let's put Yoren 1. I think Tyrion's an easy 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tyrion's still killing it.
Renly 3.
Renly above Balon, I agree.
Yeah.
I think Arya slides to 5.
I think Arya down, Balon to 4.
Okay. I think I agree with all of that. So that would leave us with Yoren taking the top spot, the honorary Sirio Farrell rule. Tyrion, I almost called him Tywin. Tyrion at number 2, Renly at 3, Balon Greyjoy at 4, and Arya at 5. Is there anyone we're forgetting?
I don't.
No, Cersei.
I mean, Brienne maybe, but Not for power moves.
No, she's not. She doesn't.
And I,
super badass.
truth be told, I honestly I don't like her enough for it to be like she's a badass, so she's on the list.
Right.
Like,
I mean, she beats Sir Loras in a fight, and that's impressive. But I don't think it's enough to move any of these 5. Okay.
No, yeah, I don't think there's anyone else, man.
Okay, that's what it's gonna be then. Once again, that is Yoren.
Oh, you know what, Craster, because he has a deal with the White Walkers.
Yes, Craster for sure. Sam has that tender moment with Gilly. I love Sam, but even I don't think I can stand for him this episode. All right, one more time. That is our final list for who be thrown in. Yoren at 1, Tyrion at 2, Renly at 3, Balon at 4, and Arya. She's Maisie Williams is just always so great. Like I feel
Maisie Williams, man, is
she had to make the list. I'm glad we got
when this watch through.
Just wait for a couple episodes from now.
I know. That's
so
the crazy
stoked.
thing is I know how many more good scenes she has, even in just this season alone.
This season. This might be her. Well, no, season 3. Oof.
It's all. I mean, dude,
she's so good in every scene.
You know, here's the crazy thing: when people ask, or when I talk about like who are your favorite characters, I don't usually group Arya into my top like 3 characters.
Yeah.
But this watch through, I'm like, dude, she is consistently.
I know what you mean.
Incredible.
And I think some of that is due to like recency bias, because I think like a lot of my favorite characters really hit their stride in the later seasons.
Yeah, like I know exactly, like season 3, season 4.
Right. But Arya is so good. I would say I would have to check the numbers, but she might have made our list more times than anyone. Maybe Tyrion, maybe. She's just so
not more than Robert.
I mean, she's been on so many.
I mean, Robert was consistent until he.
That's true.
Was
until
dead.
He died.
Yeah.
Her and Tyrion are just so consistently great in these early seasons. Yeah. They truly are.
Yeah. And here's the crazy thing is like, even in the sections of Arya's story, I won't spoil anything here, but even in the sections of Arya's story that I don't care for, like some of the stuff that's way later. Yeah. You know what I'm talking about. If you've watched the show, you know what I'm talking about. Even in those scenes, she's still fantastic. Yeah. Like her character is great. It's just where she's at and what she's actually doing is just kind of a little lackluster.
Right. No, I know what you mean.
Yeah. Wow.
She's
she
great.
She might be one of my favorite characters again.
She's really good. Maybe at the end we'll have to, maybe do something, figure out who our top characters really are. Who could say? That is going to do it for us. This has been Game of Thrones episode 13. What is dead may never die.
What is dead may never die.
What is dead may never die. When I watch that scene, I always think about like how much that seawater would hurt in the eyes when he's like pouring it on eyes. I was like, dude, that salt would sting the eyes so bad.
Yeah, dude.
I can't help but think about that.
Or like if you have like a little, like a hangnail, you have like a little cut on your toenail or something.
Any little cut, that salt water will do it.
Dude.
That'll do it.
Done. Yeah. Out of commission,
Dunzo.
Vacation ruined.
Put me on the injured list. I'm out.
10-day IL.
Yeah, 10-day IL. Meanwhile, Yoren is fighting dudes with a crossbow bolt in his shoulder.
Dude, what a guy.
All right. That is going to do it for us, Zachy boy. Anything else?
No, man. Take us out.
All right. Go do all the things that Zach talked about at the beginning. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell your grandmas.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Tell those grandmas we love it. What is so funny about that?
It sounded like you said like, come, and subscribe.
I super did because that's what I meant, obviously.
Okay. All right.
That's going to do it. Thank you folks so much for joining us, and we will see you again next time. Bye-bye. Bye.